Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Genshin Impact reaction. I was supposed to technically do 3 as per this request by a perfectly normal internet user, but at the same time, I do kind of have a limitation here. One is time. The first song of the 3 is about 3 minutes, and that's kind of bordering the higher end of like my shorter songs when I get to those, where usually I would listen to 1 or 2, but then 3 of them runs into a different problem. It's not time at that point. It's really more like I literally cannot fit all of those titles into one YouTube title. There is a character limit on YouTube titles, and I will definitely cross it utilizing my normal format. So my plan here is to do the Sanctification of Tao Do, and then I will get to the other 2 in the next video. And we'll just have to do it that way because otherwise I will physically not be able to put all of the titles into a single video title. So I'm gonna save myself a little bit of issue there and still get to all 3 of them. Don't worry either, when I do get to the other 2, I'll re-listen to this one, so I'll still get them all in one package in a row, so I won't lose any context there, but I just can't listen to all of them in one go and actually make it work for the format. And also, just kind of as an aside thing, I think this is the first time we've had a request in many, like 2 months or so, where like Harshit wasn't part of it and didn't even comment that he wanted these to be listened to. So I think this is finally toppling officially Harshit's like influence on the requests. His was pretty close, but this one definitely had a firm enough lead. So I think Harshit's reign is finally over, if only for a single video. But I'll digress and we'll get to the song. So without further ado, let's go. We're going to the festival, everybody. Hop in. She's here. God, I love these vocals whenever they include them. I have such an aggressive respect for Chinese opera. Woo! Get up there on that note. Wow. Ramping into the energy. I can definitely tell why this song would be related to some other ones. It probably shares a story. Man, that flute just felt like a deep breath. Let the song breathe. That beautiful buildup. Ooh. A soft resolution. Beautiful. I assume that's the end there. Man, It's songs like that that I don't want to talk over, like for real. You will always catch me respecting and loving Chinese operatic vocals. They're just so creative to me. They're so fulfilling. They feel so good every single time. For a lot of people, they feel a little bit harsh, and because they have their nasal qualities to them, given the style of the music, that's fair. You know, not everyone's going to like it, but I personally love it. There's more respect to me going into how they tell stories and the dynamics that they bring to the table in the vocals to do that, to make the voice feel more like an instrument and a narrative device to be able to carry that story all the way through just by having the vocals there. It's kind of like mimicking other instruments in a song, and though you can definitely refer to the voice as its own instrument because it is, there's just something about the way that this style of vocal hits that makes it feel like it's basically trying to replicate the other instruments in the piece. Like, it feels almost like how the arrow is kind of coming in and out with its dynamic range, making things swell and thin out as the song continues on, and it helps make these different like characteristics in the song, these different moments narratively, feel so much more impactful when the vocals themselves are also matching the ebb and flow of the story and keeping all of that narrative energy flowing. It is so beautiful, and I just love the ever-loving shit out of it. I did look up the lyrics to see what the song was actually talking about and got some context there. Beautiful, just kind of writing it as it were an actual real-life folklore, and being able to tie the lyrics back to that natural cadence of folk music and being able to keep that all together just thematically. It's so gorgeous, and this entire song, beautiful. I love the flow of it. Obviously, they're telling the story in the beginning, and then when the lyrics go away, I was kind of expecting them to come back at some point, but also when you've said all you need to say, you don't need to say more. Let the music do that for you, and they definitely did that. For the last parts of this song, I was feeling this energy of the conversation that was going on with all of the instruments. Everything felt like it was building up to this big, like, climactic energy. It kind of like, you know, tapered out a little bit. It felt a little bit more like it was having a sit down, like the big energy that was there is now done. Now we need to get into the politics of the situation. Let's converse over what the rights and wrongs are in this scenario. And then it started to build up again. It's almost just like, here are the flames of war being stoked again. We're not sure if we're going to get back into it. And then when it finally resolves into that beautiful, soft resolution that I got so excited about, that felt so beautiful too. Like it was truly the end of this conflict where they weren't sure if they were going to ramp back up to something again. And at one point they had almost answered the questions they did. They had handled the story and they were just going to call things good. They were going to let the dogs lie, let bygones be bygones, and let things settle down until somebody said something someone else didn't like. And it scaled back into that energy. Or you could think of it in a more direct line related to the lyrics, like with the lyrics talking about basically a god and what I believe is now in their lore a tree that's kind of like a bridge between the living and the dead. That could have been the crux of this song right there, that final climax, where like now this tree, this situation, this spiritual foothold is now being released from its mortal placehold, where like now it is able to rest in peace. The spirit of the god that resides there and that situation is able to finally reconcile with humanity and mortality and just go, you know what? We're done here. I am out of this conflict, and the humans shall continue on living their lives, and I'm out of it. You know, like you could tie it back to that as well. A beautiful way to do that musically, if that is the case. But man, I see why they wanted me to listen to this one. This is a narrative beauty. I love being able to hear music, be able to carry you through a story like this. And even though the lyrics never came back, and like I said, you don't need them to, these sorts of songs are just able to capture that essence of a story so beautifully well and drag you through an entire second half without needing to tell you anything directly. That is my favorite aspect of any song ever, is when it's able to tell a story without needing to rely on the crux of literally telling you the story, and it is just so beautiful. And now I'm really excited to hear the other two parts of this, but I still gotta wait for it because I know I will not have the time to listen to all those now, let alone fit it into the title of this video, so I will be getting to those those for sure, and I will definitely re-listen to this one. I'm gonna re-listen to it now. I just think this is gorgeous. I'm just gonna play it while I'm setting up all my stuff for editing, and I'm just gonna enjoy myself for those couple minutes again. But that will be all I'll say for this one, so thank you all so very much for watching, and thank you for requesting this, and I will definitely be getting to those other songs. If you have any other songs you want me to get to, by all means, leave them in the comments below, and I will do my best to get to those in the future after the next two. But otherwise, if you just like this video and you want to follow me and support me for more stuff in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!